rules need to be respected and enforced. The asylum and immigration systems are important, but for too long, those rules just simply haven't been properly enforced. That's why we're boosting both returns and enforcement, with 19,000 people who don't have any right to be in the UK returned since the general election, and also a big increase in the illegal working raids and arrests to make sure we're also going after the employers who are exploiting migrant workers.
You've done everything right. You've studied hard. You've got a job offer. You've passed the English test. You've packed your dreams into a suitcase and you came to the UK. But now, everything has changed. The UK skilled worker visa just got harder. Harder to apply, harder to renew, and even impossible to keep for many. And if you think this is just about 2025, you are not ready for 2036. Because by then, the door for many will not just be closing, it will be locked. In this video, I will show you exactly who now qualifies under the new rules, who is being cut off, and what 2036 could look like if this direction continues. But wait, before we continue, kindly click the subscribe button. It really would help boost this channel, our coverage and our reach. Thank you for subscribing. Now let's continue. Before diving deep in, let's rewind for a moment. Up until 2024, getting a skilled worker visa meant you need a job, sponsorship, and a role listed at RFQ level 3 or higher. That includes roles like support workers, security officers, care assistants, and even some admin roles. The salary threshold was lower, the job list was longer, and many people came in, built lives, contributed, paid taxes, and they believed the door was wide opened. But in July 2025, the UK government shut that door on a lot of these conditions.
It comes as the Prime Minister attends a big European summit in Copenhagen. It's the European Political Community Summit. Some 40 or so countries make that up. It builds on announcements by the Home Secretary in her speech at the Labour Party conference on Monday. And the big news really is that the government's going to make it the whole process of settling in the UK take much longer. The big change is going to be that asylum seekers, people who the leave granted to asylum seekers will mean they're no longer automatically given settlement and family reunion rights. And the government is using this phrase, the Prime Minister is using this phrase, a golden ticket. No golden ticket to settling in the UK. People will have to earn it.
If you live in the UK as an immigrant, there are three biggest changes you must understand. Skill level just went up. To apply for a skilled worker visa, your job must now be at RQF level 6 or above. That means degree level or its equivalent. If your job is not at that level, you are out. Salary threshold just skyrocketed. The new general minimum threshold for sponsorship is around £41,700 per annum. That is not just hard, that is unreachable for many frontline jobs. Think about it. Most nurses, radiographers, physiotherapists, biomedical scientists, and the likes would normally come in at band 5. Now they are no longer qualified. And yes, your guess is as good as mine. They no longer meet the salary threshold at that level, which means you have to be at least a band 6 mid-level to be qualified. Care worker route, the savior to many before now, it's gone. They ended new overseas recruitment of care workers under the skilled worker route. Even worse, in many surviving roles, you can no longer bring your partner or kids. Does that sound favorable? Oh well, I leave that to you to answer. Think about it this way. This isn't just numbers. These are families. These are people who give everything to live here. But now, they are told they are no longer qualified. Let me be clear. If you are applying for the first time and your role is below the RQF level 6, your likely no longer eligible. And that includes care assistants, prison officers, delivery drivers, teaching assistants, warehouse staff, security officers, and some construction jobs. Even if you've been here for years, your renewal might still be refused if you fall below the new salary threshold. Yes, this is already happening. Now, the government introduced two new lists to offer some hope: the temporary shortage list and the immigration salary list. These are meant to protect jobs that are desperately needed but don't meet the new rules. But these are not a guarantee. They are temporary, and you may not be able to bring your family even if your job is in the list. Let's consider Aisha from Nigeria. Aisha worked as a senior carer for 3 years. Her salary was £31,000 per annum. But now, even as a senior carer, she can't renew. Her son is 8 years old. She now faces being sent home alone. Talk about Ghana, the twin sister to Nigeria, the country home of a young man, James. James works as a prison officer in the UK. His salary is just £34,000 per year. He's told he no longer qualifies under the new rule, but he keeps 180 prisoners in line every year. Well, shout out to the new rules. Remember, these aren't just stories. These things are happening and people are left in tears. So if you're still eligible, don't wait. Secure your certificate of sponsorship. Double check your job's skill level and salary band. If your role is at RQF 6, you are in a better position. If not, consider reskilling or switching routes. Here is what could happen in the next 10 years leading to 2036 if this trend continues. RQF level 7 becomes the new standard. Salary thresholds rise to £50,000 per annum. ILR only accepted after 10 years. Lower skill routes completely abolished. And only STEM, tech, medicine and finance jobs remain eligible. Now imagine a UK where care homes are empty. Maybe robots with AI support become carers. A UK where food delivery services collapse. Maybe drones and robots become the new Uber Eats delivery pilots. And a UK where frontline workers are gone. Maybe AI embedded on humanoids become doctors, nurses and care assistants. Why? Because the Home Office and the government keeps raising the bar until no one could reach it. In that new UK, we all become tourists, just here for a week or more and then back to our home country. That is all if the robot police do not charge you for overstaying your visa. Well, now let's be fair. The government says these changes will push employers to hire British staff, raise wages, and reduce dependency on immigration. Yes, that logic seems valid, but will that suffice to take care of those in need of care in care homes? Will it be enough to cover day and night shift in the NHS? Will it also be sufficient to cover the demand for bus drivers that take our children to school, individuals and families to work and holidays, or truck drivers for food supply, furnitures and construction materials, and even keep the street clean? The door can be closed, yes, but not without building the house first. So here is what you should consider doing after watching this video. Check if your job is still eligible. Verify your employer is still licensed. Review your salary threshold. Submit your application before your certificate of sponsorship expires. Save money because appeals can be expensive. Talk to an immigration advisor even if you think you don't need one. If you've learned a thing or two from this video, drop your comment on the comment section, hit the like button right away, and share this video to someone you care about. These new rules are very strong, but information is power, and preparing ahead of time is strategic to success. Thank you for watching. Subscribe to this channel, The Lens 24, and check out our next video on the tag.